Maggie Mulhern. I am here with StayGold31, the coolest girl on the floor. And look at this, what a bonus. We've got RobTheOriginal over here. And you know what's really interesting about Rob? He's got nothing going on in his hair. He's got kind of like a nice clean slate. And StayGold is going to tell us how to create a perfect taper, right? Okay, so take it.
All right, so the reason why we do tapers is to add a finishing look to a lot of these men hairstyles. And so I'm going to show you guys a step-by-step on how I achieve a very clean taper. So I'm going to start with using my Babyliss FX clipper, and I'm going to outline this guide before I go into the skin blending.
How much time do I have, Shelly? Reggie?
I'm going to line it up real nice on the edges. I'm going to the natural hairline. And I want to make sure I can make it as clean as possible.
I just need to know how many minutes.
And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. And we just follow the shape. Now that we got the sides done, I'm going to go right into the first guideline right here.
Think about a look like this. Very soft. Oh, there's my friend. Very soft.
I'm going to take it up pretty high to find the most dense area across his neck. And that'll be my first guideline into achieving a very clean taper. Now we use these a lot in the barbershop because sometimes with a lot of even like businessmen clients, they're so used to having a lot of hair, but they're so used to the old school way of having it blocked off. But over time, it starts to curl up in your collar. So we started doing these tapers to kind of give men a different feel. So when it is bulky up here, you can still finish it off really nicely. So when the regrowth comes, it's really nice and it grows in a little bit more in a tapered effect versus just having a bulky neckline. So that's what we're doing here. I'm going to ball this out, and then I'm going to go in with my foil shaver, and we're going to skin this all the way down so it's nice and flush to the skin.
So this is also a great way to save time in the salon too, or wherever you are, because you don't
just like a clipper, I'm going to use this to fade up the skin line. And as I move up into the line of where I stopped, that's where I'm going to apply less pressure and fade it up so I can set it up for the next area. All right.
I call it the food service hat.
And it's a really great tool for a lot of stylists as well to use. If you can't use a straight razor, this is a great alternative to get you really close to the skin that allows you to get that nice clean finish. It gives about 3 days of freshness before the hair grows back. So that's really cool for us to add more value to our haircuts.
Deconstruct and then reconstruct? What do you think?
I'll give you 30 minutes. How's that?
You'll give me 30 minutes? Okay, good.
Now I just continue up, and I'm going to reblend everything back up into the next section.
If you want to see how this is created, raise your hand.
And you'll slowly start to see this little line blend out.
It's evened out. Okay, one more time. Let's try this again. It's evened out. If you want to
going.
see,
And I go row by row, just so I can get it as clean as possible.
if you want to see how this was created, show of hands. Everybody.
The smaller, tight sections that we work in, the cleaner the details will be, and the less you'll likely to get lost in your haircut, because it's a lot easy to jump around and forget where we're at. So I like to take things really slow and just go row by row and making sure that I achieve everything I need to before I move on. It makes the cleanup process a lot easier to do it that way.
Right? And then if they want to see something different, they can watch Reggie.
And I love using my X2 because a lot of stylists don't realize, but having a locking detail that allows you to know where you're at in the haircut helps a lot with this process, because now I no longer have to think. Now I can focus on the conversation, and my tool will allow me to follow a system that makes everything kind of click into place. And it's been really, really awesome to add into my services so I can create an experience for my customers. And as I move up right into the rest of it, I'm going to apply the same rules, but I'm going to apply the next guard now, which is the half guard, which is what follows the clipper no guard. I'm going to add the half.
And with it going to the edge, it just allows me to get really close and tight to the scalp, but it also keeps me from getting those
So now I'm going to follow through and keep going up. I'm going to start a new blending section. And what's really hard about men's hair is that we are going to deal with a lot of different head dents. As you can see here, there's a dark spot, and that's just the way the dents are. So it's the challenge of being able to match those shades into the neighboring colors, so you can get that nice flush transition of when you're looking at it from a distance and seeing everything in one tone. So I'm going to be working just in this dark spot, and we're going to try and lighten this up as much as we can.
Smooth this out. So I want to use a little bit of fabric softener.
And slowly but surely you're seeing the line lighten up, right?
This Beyond Shine, I'm going to use this
and I just keep working it
to break down all this texture, all this back combing that we put into her hair. So using that as my tool, and I'm also using the smoothing brush by Aquage as my tool as well.
While you're doing this, I'm going to ask a question. What is the single biggest mistake most barbers make when doing something like this?
Let's see. I would say taking it too high. Taking it too high.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes we forget that not everybody has a round head shape, and that's another thing that you see a lot happen in barbershop is that we're not looking at the overall shape and trying to complement the haircut. We're just doing things based on being it being easy versus letting it complement the head shape. So something I did see a lot was everyone would take this so high, and that's why, but then when you go to salons, it was the reverse problem. It was like, oh, they didn't take it high enough. So you gotta find that middle balance of making sure that it works well. So I always look at the head shape and I try to see, how do I make this shape look better? If there's a protruding head, then obviously I'm gonna work lower, and I wanna do things to make sure that I'm either covering it, helping the head shape flow, working with the different hair textures, because that's also gonna be the challenge.
All right, then my last question, and I'll let you finish. What is your favorite tool to use?
I'd say the okay, I can't tell you there's one, but I can at least tell you there's two. Two of my favorites right now is the X2 and the Rose Gold FX, which is what I've been using all day today at the hair show. Those are my two go-tos for right now.
Ajo, are you saying there's a method to the madness?
There has to be.
So now I'm working that dip, and now you can see that dip lightening out, right? It's getting clear.
We cannot have that.
Now, unless it's controlled. There is such thing as control.
And this is how long you would normally do something, or is it because it's RobTheOriginal that you're taking a little bit more time?
I can't mess this guy up. He's gonna put me on his Instagram and ruin my career.
A lot of times, you know, you're gonna.
Right, Rob? You got that power now to change somebody's life. You wouldn't do that to me?
It needs to look on purpose. It look like.
You look like that too close to the camera.
All right, so slowly but surely you're seeing it all come together. I gotta make sure Rob looks right. He's at the hair show slanging haircuts all day, so I gotta make sure he looks as best as he can. Because also what we do is we sell confidence. When they feel good, they do good. In life, in business, in everything that they do. Now I'm gonna go into my last guard. I'm gonna use my one.
They try to do the relaxers, things of that nature. You're like, no, listen, this is not working.
All right, we're gonna blend right into this little area right here.
Nowadays, we don't want anything too perfect, right?
Now you can see it
It's not, if it's
lightening up a little bit.
perfect. Well, no, if it is perfect, then that means it's not modern, right?
Oh, that's what that is?
I think so. You know, because everything vintage is always perfect. You know, the perfect curl, the uniform curl. But anything that's organic, it's modern, right? Anything random, loose.
Now I'm in my 1.5 guard section, and I'm just re-blending all the way up.
Stuff that we put a round up on back in the day.
And Rob prefers to have his hair right here be a lot longer, so that's what we're rounding it into to keep that head shape.
Or back combing hair, they did it, right? But it wasn't like all over. It was like right here at the top, so you got a little hump, and you know, people do it to expand the texture, you know, and everything.
My day was the front.
It was in the front.
The wall of bangs.
See.
The 80s.
Oh wow.
And then I'm gonna line up the edges, and you're gonna be able to see that pop out a little bit better. I'm gonna use a straight edge to redefine the edges on the side.
You know, back in the day, they would say that your hair, your color didn't take.
Finally, you're going to be presentable.
Color faded, but now these pastel colors are purposely done.
You might want to catch.
I mean, remember when turning someone's hair like gray or silver?
All right,
that
so
was like the
a
biggest
little bit at a time.
Right.
Ashy.
Now that's my #1 client in the salon.
Oh my.
You
And
just
now
want to
it's the
follow
hardest thing to accomplish.
your trimmer line so you can get that nice
What
clean
you got
edge.
going on over there, Shelly?
Well, a little bit
Make
of
sure you
touch
pull the
is
skin
touch
very
color,
tight
different
in the
texture,
sections that you're
different
working.
textures, creating a zigzag pattern, pressed out.
And now you can see that nice clean edge up that kind of complements his tattoo.
Combed out. She has been so great walking around with one eye covered today because she looks amazing, right? Is that the coolest technique? You're not going to use it on every single client that comes into the salon, but you're going to create some cool designs. The same thing we've got in here, these little ribbon candies that we combed out.
That's it? All right. Hang on. We're going to turn him in the mirror.
You took, they're good. Hello. No, it's because she was taking some pictures yesterday. They came out really good.
And now you're a whole new man with a whole new.
Now I got a haircut by the best. I don't want to say best. I don't know if I should say female barber, but she's been nominated as a best female barber in the industry.
And this could not have been easy because everybody's coming around taking pictures of you, and you're moving all around.
Yeah, but it's okay, I think that everybody's watching too as well, like the steps and what she's doing. It's pretty interesting to watch Stay Gold work. She works really unique and amazing.
Well, she didn't draw any blood, so you're in good shape. All right. Thank you so much, Stay Gold. Are we? Is this it? Is this the finished result? Because we're going to do a quick spin.
Something
Yes.
that your client is going to come in and say.
Yeah, so see, we made the back, we taped this out, and now we reblended everything and took it a lot tighter on the edges. And then we sharpened up the sides, kept it real close, and that's how we make Rob look good, right?
First of all, she'd love that. And,
Thank you so much. And this could not have been easy because if you do a quick pan, they're in the middle of doing this at a whole show. So this is not easy with a whole crowd gathering around. You guys, thank you all of you for doing it. Yeah.
Thank you for coming by. Thank you.
I unscrewed the sprayer.